So during soybean harvest, whether it's full season beans or double crop soybeans, I am in the grain buggy. It's lots of fun because I get to play the all-fun game of read the combine driver's mind. Where is he going? Why is he over there? And then he gets on the radio, where you at?
Hey, Kelly.
But that's Zach, so that might be a better deal.
Morning, everybody. Well, we're back here day 2 in the soybean field, double crop soybean harvest. Had just a fantastic day yesterday, one of the best days running we've ever had. Got 112 acres done in in a bunch of small fields and rough ground. Hopefully we can duplicate that success again today. As soon as we get done with this farm, we got about 30 acres left. We'll be moving up to Madison County, where we got some nice big flat smooth fields. Really ought to be able to move along then. Anyway, I'm already covered in soybean dust from servicing the combine today. We got a pretty breezy day today, and even though I blew off the combine last night, there's plenty of residual dust, so I'm coated, itchy, my eyeballs already caked up. So anyway, we're gonna put in the hours today and see what we can get done.
It doesn't look too bad out. We are under a red flag warning today, because the humidity is extremely low. And for here, that is weird. The boys are already out the field. I'm about to take the semi truck out there and get going after I've put 2 loads of laundry in, taking care of a kid who's got virtual today online, and run to the store to buy more supplies because we're out, and attempt to have a little bit of sanity today. No, it's gone. Me and Helga meet again. A little tidbit. The first job I ever had on the farm full-time was driving this. I would haul all the corn and soybeans to the river all December and January. Matt was like, well, you want to work on the farm? Guess what? You're going to drive an 18-wheeler. Yeah, but now Zach drives it. Occasionally I'll drive it, like maybe once in a blue moon, but I kind of miss it just a little bit. But yeah, I used to drive Helga. That's how she got her name. She needed a girl name. If a girl's gonna drive a truck, I'm gonna give a girl a truck name. But yep, me and Helga ride again.
Boy, some really good looking, nice big beans, clean beans. Really high quality here. Problem with good beans is always waiting on the grain buggy.
So finally got out here. I'm on the grain buggy, and Matt texts me I'm full. Well, yeah, I know. I also have to drive to Timbuktu to come get you. And I was also running around like a chicken with its head cut off for the last hour and a half, trying to get our youngest set up on virtual learning today, since we are right by the house, and then attempt to get that 12-year-old to actually do virtual learning while we're out here. Carter does pretty good, but you know, he's got an attention span of a gnat, so I'll have to keep calling and checking on him, and then when we move, we'll probably just load him up and bring him with and use our hotspots. I love it. Gotta love this new world we're living in right now. I'm headed all the way back there and gotta cross a bunch of shady creeks, and it's always fun. Yeah. Right. Ah! Think we can fix the road? I don't care if this thing's air ride or not. I'm gonna need a new back. Must be nice to have flat lands. I don't don't want to know what that's like around here. I don't even... Oh, there he is. Way over there. And there's a trick to it. You got to go wide and then turn sharp. Okay, because if not, you're going to end up down there. Mm-hmm. Nice, right? Yeah, I know. And we've already fixed this probably about 4 dozen times. Why didn't he get this bottom done? Oh, there he is. You're all the way up there. Yes, that would be a pigweed. I guess Matt didn't want to put it through the combines, then it would just create more pigweeds. So now I get to go out and pluck it out of the ground and throw it over there. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is enemy number 1. Numero uno. We hate them.
Well, we got done with that last farm in Crockett County. Now we're moving all the way up to Madison County. Next farm we're going to's got 54 acres in it. Hopefully be some pretty high yielding soybeans. Probably won't be the best that we'll have in Madison County because the farm we're going to, the landlord doesn't allow me to use chicken litter on it. I've noticed with continued use of chicken litter that a lot of my farms are responding positively, and the farms I'm not allowed to use chicken litter on are kind of starting to fall behind on yield. So, seen that the last several years. Be interesting to see if the trend continues. Alright, we're coming upon my least favorite section of road either. We are well inside Jackson city limits. A lot of traffic. Got mailboxes littering one side and then no shoulder on the other side of the road. And people that don't know what to do when they meet farm equipment. Let's get through here as quick as we can.
So we're done with that one farm, and now we're headed towards the city. Matt and Zach have already left with the combine and the header. I stopped at the shop to get more fuel because I was below half a tank. And since we are going to be out near the city, smart minds think alike, filled up with fuel before we left. 140 acres down, roughly over 350 to go. I also just stopped at the house to check on the kid who is on virtual learning today, and busted him because he was playing Xbox. So now mean old mommy has blocked the Xbox, and the only thing he can do is do his computer work. His sister is going to come over and hang out with him for a couple hours, since I didn't realize we were going to be far away from the farm, and I need somebody to be with him. So he's probably not going to like me after today, but isn't that what parenting is? Where your kids don't like you? This whole virtual thing kind of sucks. I wish he was at school, but it is what it is, right?
As you can see, we got lots of mailboxes on the left-hand side and then a ditch on the right-hand side with literally no shoulder. Even if I pull up right on the edge of the ditch, I'm still sticking part way out in the oncoming lane. Guess I'm getting lucky today though, no traffic. You come through here between 4 and 5 o'clock though, it's a completely different story. Farm on the right's where I had my best cotton. It's also where my cotton picker caught on fire, and the 2 modules caught on fire. Got wheat planted on it. I can't. Oh shit! Or there's a hole on the side I didn't see. Good thing I was buckled in, otherwise I might have been ejected. Anyway, I was saying, on the right hand side of the field we planted wheat on. It's been about 5 days since we planted it. I can't row it from the road yet, but it should be coming up here real shortly. God, I hate this road. I'd drive 4 extra miles out of the way if there was a different way I could get to this farm. Thank you for pulling over, I appreciate it. Guys, that's a good example of something nice to do whenever you meet oncoming farm equipment. Pull over on the side of the road before we have to. It really helps us out and really speeds us up getting down the road, so we minimize as little disruption to traffic as possible. Alright, it's about 1:30. Let's see if we can get this farm done before dark and get moved over to the next one.
Just like that, I'm caught up to the combine. Oh, it's such a fun game to play. Let's chase him around the field. Yeah, back it up! Ah, the adventure. Ah, yes. We're in one of the only fields that is completely flat and square, except for going around the edges. Just have to say, whoever planted these beans did a great job. I don't say so myself. All right, did he get back in the combine? Where did he go?
The things we do to bring y'all video. Thank goodness for auto steer. We're making some good progress so far. I had to slow our speed down a little bit because we got some pretty tall beans here, some good thick beans. Can't run quite as much material through the combine as we were on the previous farm. Look how dry these beans have gotten. I've never seen beans that dry in my entire life. And my moisture meter is calibrated. You can tell we haven't gotten very much rain this fall. I mean, they're popping everywhere on the windshield. I mean, I can hear them regularly, even though I'm running my reel as slow and as high as I can. Still, just the reel touches the tops of the plants and they just shatter. They're still yielding great. There's no telling what these beans be yielding if they had the full moisture. I mean, they might be averaging 65 or so. I imagine we got a pretty good fire hazard right now. Especially with the way the wind's blowing today. I mean, it's blowing the dust right past me. I bet that wind's blowing every bit of 15 miles an hour. Great for cutting beans, but kind of dangerous in other aspects.
Ah, yes. We're in one of the only fields that is completely flat and square, except for going around the edges. Just have to say, whoever planted these beans did a great job. I don't say so myself. All right, did he get back in the combine? Where did he go? I would say it's a tad bit windy. Just a smidge dusty. So there's one question that I get asked a lot, and that is, how have you and Matt stayed married as long as you have when you live together and you work together? It's very simple. Separate pieces of equipment. We're never in the same piece of equipment at the same time. And if you get mad at each other, you just do this. Turn off the radio. Then you can't argue. Well, we do kind of like each other, so there's that too.
Oh man, I'm getting sleepy. It has been a really long, really hard 5 to 6 weeks. Ever since our early soybeans got ready, 2.5 weeks after my accident, we have been in the field dang near every single day. Working 12 to 14, sometimes even 15, 16 hours a day. We've only been rained out for just a handful of those days. Those days we were rained out, we had plenty of shop work and other stuff to keep us busy to get us ready to go back to the field. It's always a little bittersweet when the end of harvest is approaching, but on the other hand, it's definitely a pretty big relief, because I know we're all slap wore out. It's been a long few months, and I mean, we've had difficult harvests before, but this one's definitely up there with the best of them. And the headliner and all that is the accident with the combine and the fallout of all of that. The recovery. Zach and Kelly having to do extra work because I was extremely limited for several weeks. The worrying about whether you're going to get your machine back to finish up. It's been a long few months, and I'm really glad the off season is getting close. Doesn't mean we're going to have off, but rather than working 90 hours a week, we'll be back down to working the standard 40 hours a week. Not having to worry about the weather or anything else. Not really having to worry about work. If we don't get something done that day, we'll always have the next day. Whereas, March through November, we don't have that mentality. We have the mentality of, it's got to be done today. Because if it doesn't get done today, we're going to get behind, or our crops are going to suffer, or we're not going to be prepared for the next day, and so on. So just not having the mental stress of, just go all the time will be huge.
Let me see if I can get up nice and close. Look at this guy. Flying the drone, not even driving the combine because he's got it on auto steer. He's just sitting there flying his drone. You're gonna have to turn around sooner or later, right?
I just had an alarm go off for low tailings, return speed, and shaker speed. So get down here and investigate. Yeah, my seeds definitely aren't turning. None of that's turning. Seeds aren't shaking back and forth even with it on. See what's going on over here, because this side is what drives it. I hear the elevator running. Oh, it does. That's not turning. Oh, I see what the problem is. That's not supposed to be doing that. Oh, great. Pulley arm broke. Well, looks like I got a field repair job to do. See if I can get that pulley arm off and maybe try to weld it out here in the field. We got a welder on the air compressor on our service truck, so pull it off and see what we can do. Man, we were running so good too. Well, so much for getting this farm done before dark. Let's just hope maybe we can get it fixed before dark now, because it's not going to be an easy repair at night. Alright, we got the arm off. We got it V'd out. We'll try and weld it back.
Oh, neat.
Well, we got it fixed and we are back in action. Tell you what, a properly equipped service truck can make all the difference in the world in getting up and going quickly. I was able to find that part, but it was all the way in Union City, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from where we're at right now. So, but because we have a welder on the truck, we were able to take it off and have it welded and back on again in about 45 minutes. So we lost a little bit of time, but not near as bad as what it could have been, as long as my field welding job holds. I've never professed to be a professional welder, but I think I did a pretty good job on this job, so we'll see if it lasts. Got a nice sunset today. I've got another gripe that I got to get off my chest right now. How in this day and age of technology can an equipment manufacturer not have parts diagrams and parts numbers at a customer's fingertips to be able to look up? So when you find something that's broke, you can look up the part, you look up the part number, you can call the parts guy and ask if you got part number XX. Instead, with Case IH right now, I'm forced to call up and say, hey, I need that doohickey beside the whatchamacallit. Case IH did have an app called My Shed that had all their equipment and had the parts diagrams, the parts numbers and everything. They had it. But for whatever reason, they decided to make it defunct. It is no longer serviced. I cannot pull up parts diagrams on that app anymore. Instead, I get an error message saying that they'll have a new app out soon. Guess what? It's the middle of harvest. You need to have that kind of app out right now. You got a lot of equipment running out there. You're going to have a lot of breakdowns. You're going to have a lot of pissed off customers who are trying to describe what parts broke to the parts guy, and they're not going to have a clue what they're talking about. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous for a company the size of Case New Holland to not have a functioning app out there with all the parts diagrams and part numbers of the equipment they have. You know, if you don't want to do an app, fine. Put it on a website. That's what John Deere does. JohnDeereParts.com. You go up there and look up any part you want to on any equipment. But no, there's nothing like that I've seen for Case IH. It's like we're back 20 years ago when you got to call up the parts guy and then try to describe to the best of your ability what the part is broke. And I mean, what you actually call the part that's broke might be completely different than what is listed in the parts manual. Then you got a parts guy who, I mean, they don't know how every piece of equipment is designed. They're not necessarily going to know what you're talking about. All right, ran over, going back to cutting beans. Well, we just got done with this farm an hour later than we planned. Our pulley arm held up and didn't break. We're going to get moved over to the next farm, and we still got a real good breeze blowing, so we might be able to, or we should be able to cut a while longer. We've done about 80 acres so far today. Be nice to get at least 20 done on the next farm, making an even 100 for the day. Well, we almost at the end of the day. We're going to fill this truck up and then shut off. I think it's about 8:30 or so. We've had another real good day running today. Got a call from the GTS salesman. He's going to be out bright and early tomorrow with that 40-foot draper head for us to try out. Really looking forward to putting it on the combine and see what it'll do.
So much for being home early. I guess he just, wants to keep going until whenever. Oh, I hate nighttime. Can't see where you're going.
Tell you what, when you're going the wrong direction with the wind, visibility sucks. We got the truck filled up. It's close to 9 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day. Still gotta blow off the combine. But we had another great day today. Even in light of that one breakdown that cost us about 45 minutes to an hour. Moving to 3 different farms. We still got 110 acres done today, so we're moving right on along. Don't know if we can quite get done in 2 more days, but we're gonna give it our best shot. We got about 280 more acres to go, but we'll be in big fields and won't have to. We've only got to move 1 more time, so it might be a stretch to get it all done in 2 days, but we're gonna give it our best shot. We got plus we got that bigger header coming in tomorrow, so might be able to cover a little bit more ground with it. Well, I'm gonna stop this video right here. Get out, do my favorite job of all, blow off the combine. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back again soon, and I'll see you in the next video.